Just like the tribe of Levi was chosen as a priestly tribe to minister unto the 11 tribes of Israel, a spiritual Jew is also a priestly tribe choosing to minister to other tribes of the world, the Gentile nations. Because the Levite is a priestly tribe. So we also, as spiritual Jews, we are that priestly tribe. This is why we say to you that your inheritance is not of this world. Your inheritance is God himself. Because you have no inheritance with this world. So if you are looking for your inheritance in this world, I am saying to you that you have gone on a search that has no solution. Your inheritance is locked up in God. Because you are that spiritual Jew. John chapter 4 verse 22. This means that the inheritance of a Jew, according to Romans 9:4, is service. He said, unto the Israelite pertained the service of God. So God has given to the Jews service as their inheritance, the service of God, according to Romans chapter 9 verse 4. We established to you last week that when we say service or somebody is serving God, is beyond the natural orientation that we have. Service is an inheritance. Unto the Jews pertained the service of God. So it means that this particular tribe has been wedded service as an inheritance. So it means that in order for a believer to serve God appropriately, he needs to understand how service has been instituted. So you can't serve God accurately except you have to be under the atmosphere of a Jew in the spirit. And I established to you last week that there are pastors that are Gentiles. Who is a Gentile? A Gentile is not a sinner. A Gentile, according to New Testament teaching, is a believer that emphasizes material things ahead of the giver of these things. Material things has never been a sin before. But when the emphasis of a congregation is on material things more than the giver of these things, then that emphasis is a wrong emphasis. And at the end of the day, what that kind of emphasis is going to do is to raise a Gentile congregation unto God. People that will be seeker of things other than seeker of God. And that is what is happening here. 70% of what we call churches today as what you call Gentile congregations. The people have no business with God. They don't care about God. They don't have respect to submit to his authority. All they care about is what God can give to them. It's a Gentile congregation. Jesus says, seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness. Every other thing shall be added unto you. These things the Gentiles seek. So a Gentile is not a sinner. It's a seeker of things. If we sound an alarm for miracle here, if you see, this place will be jam-packed. It's a symptom of a Gentile generation. So it's not just congregation that, you see, when you have a Gentile pastor, you have a Gentile congregation. You have a Jewish pastor, you have a Jewish congregation. Life flows from the head. Are you there? So, I'm saying that God may have designed that you be a Jew. But if you come under the climate of a Gentile pastor, you will become a Gentile. By teaching and impartation, he has capacity to alter your genetic configuration. There were people that began with God aright, but they came across with men that shifted their emphasis. Are you there? So for you to be accurate in the service of God, you need to come under the tutelage of he that is a Jew in the spirit. Only he can give you the accurate emphasis of the spirit. Are you still there? Hallelujah. John chapter 4, 22. Put it there. Ye worship. Now, if you look at the usage of the word worship here and service, Jesus is using this word simultaneously. So, worship and service is the same thing. Are you there? Ye worship, ye know not what. Ye worship, ye know not what. Is it possible you can be worshiping and you don't know what you are worshiping? This is what Jesus is saying. Ye people worship, but you don't know what you are worshiping. We know what we worship. For salvation is of the Jews. Now, when Jesus talks about salvation here, he's not talking about new birth. This is not a teaching of new birth. So when Jesus says salvation here, he was talking about service. The context of this discussion is worship. It's not new birth. A woman asked a question. Our fathers worship on these mountains. The Jews said that you must go to Jerusalem to worship. Where exactly can God be worshipped? And Jesus said, the regime of location has ended. And God has taken worship from the mountains and from the temple into the spirit. And they that worship in the spirit, God seeks for such people. So the context of discussion here was not the context of salvation, new birth. It has to do with the context of worship. So when Jesus said, salvation is of the Jews, he's saying that worship or service is given to a Jew as an inheritance. What Jesus was saying to the woman is that ye cannot serve God accurately except you are under a Jew. Because it is given to them as inheritance. So they understand the dynamics of worship. This is why Jesus said, ye worship what you don't know. Jesus is saying, in other words, that if you are under a climate and it's not Jewish, you are going to clave to things you don't know. You are going to bow down to the beast of commerce. To the angel of commerce, you will bow down. Your soul is going to be possessed with mammon. You are going to bow down to many things. Why? Because you are not under a right atmosphere. So salvation is of the Jews. Are you there?